Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how I do a goddess knotless braid without weaving. I'll be using braiding hair to make my coils, to form my goddess coils. So in today's video I'll just be showing you how to do it. So if you don't have the goddess weave on, you can use a braiding hair to do it. So let's just dive into it. As usual, I sectioned her hair into 3 parts and I made the first 4 weaves with her natural hair before adding braiding hair. So to add your braiding hair, you want to cross the braiding hair holding one edge down with your pinky, and then after braiding in the first end, you cross over the second one and braid it in too. So it's just like feeding braids. So I'm just gonna do the same thing again for the second one. Now the secret is this: the first one that you attach, the first braiding hair you attach, has to be small, then the second one a little bit bigger than that, and then the third one will be the biggest. I'll be attaching only three times in this one. You can either do 3 times or 5 times. Sincerely, if I want to be attaching it 5 times, it's going to take more time. So if you can do the 3 times and attach it properly, for instance, the first one has to be smaller than the second, and then the third one is still gonna be nice. So I'm doing the 3 hands attaching method, and then I'm just gonna keep braiding down. Then for the coily part, I'm gonna attach my braiding hair like I did earlier, but this time around I'm only gonna braid in the first hand. You can see me braiding in the first end of the braiding hair. Then this other second part, I'm gonna just drop it. I'm not gonna cross it over and braid it in. I'm gonna leave it out. So later I'm gonna show you how I called it later. So, and that's just it. I'm gonna braid this to the end. Okay, so whenever I'm braiding hair, I like to use this edge control shine and jam. It's really nice on the hair. It helps to keep the hair slick and neat. This one contains olive oil, so it's so good. It's not going to leave your hair looking so flaky or dry. So I'm going to explain again how I do the knotless braid. You can see I started with braiding her hair. I braided her hair twice before attaching my first braiding hair, the smallest one, and I'm gonna braid in one end of it and then cross over the second end and braid in the second one. The key also is on how you hold this braiding hair when you attach it. What I do is to put this end in between my pinky finger and my ring finger. You're gonna see that, I think you'll see that next. And then after you've braided in one end, then you bring out the one between your pinky finger, and then you braid it in. So for the third one, watch me do that. So you can see where I put it between my pinky finger and my ring finger, and I'm gonna make sure it's tight while I braid in this first one before I let it go and also braid it in. So it's actually very easy. I've seen a lot of people do knotless braid like Ghana weaving. It is not Ghana weaving. It is knotless braid. It's not. It is supposed to be knotless in the sense that people will not see where you attached your braiding hair. That is why it's called knotless braid. So when it's showing, when the braiding hair is showing, that means you're not doing knotless braid. So please, guys. And then when you're braiding the hair and you're getting towards the end of the person's natural hair, like here, I went in with more of my shine and jam. Again, I applied that here just to lock in her hair with the braiding hair, so that part doesn't look rough when I'm done. Even though I'm still gonna go back to trim, but you don't want her hair sticking out, so you don't also trim off her hair when you're trimming. So then I'm gonna braid down the rest of the hair. So for the coily part, what I'll do is I'll coil one and then braid down two. Now the parts that I left out for coiling, this is how I coiled it. I picked like 3 different strands from the ones I left out. Then I used a yarn to thread onto the root of those 3, and then I'm going to start twisting the braiding hair and the yarn together, just like how you do your normal twist. So I'm just going to be twisting, and then I'll try to make my twist. The tighter your twist, the tighter your coil pattern. So if you don't want it to be too, if you don't want the coil pattern to be tight, then don't make a tight twist. She wanted very tight coil pattern, so I'm just really gonna twist the braiding hair and then twist it together with the yarn. Then I'll keep twisting until I get to the tip of the braiding hair. Then I will pull back the yarn while pushing forward the braiding hair. So as you push forward, you see your coil forming. You have to push as tight as possible because we made tight coils, so the coils will be tight and it might be hard to pull. So you're gonna pull and push at the same time. That's why I prefer using yarn to thread. Then after that, we're gonna dip the hair into hot water, especially the parts where we coiled. You really want the hot water to get on those parts very, very well. So make sure your water is very hot. If it's not very hot, your coils might not form. So we're just gonna dip the hair into hot water, and after that you're gonna let it cool. You can blow dry to cool, or you can just air dry. And then I like to also go back with a razor blade to trim the tips of the hair, because I had my assistants working with me, so eventually the tips were not very equal. So I like to go back with my blade and trim, and then dip it into hot water again, just to have that tips tapered and equal at the same time. So that's just what I did here. So you can see the tips are really, really tapered. So when the hair has cooled, you want to cut off the yarn that we used to lose out the coils. So remember, we had like 3 strands of the braiding hair in one of those coils. So to detangle those 3 without freezing up the hair, you will need a gel. You can use any gel, and you have to be really, really generous with the gel. You want to apply a lot of gel on it as you pull and try to loosen out the 3 strands. You have to be careful so you don't, scatter the coils. So I'm just applying gel onto the 3 strands as I'm losing them out, as I'm detangling them from each other. So I keep, even after I've detangled, I still applied more gel on each of them so that the coils don't scatter or get frizzy, So, and that's just it. You can see our coils are looking fine. I'm gonna do the same for the rest of the hair. And that's it, guys. You can see our hair is looking so nice. Customer liked our hair so much. Yay. I'll be doing a video on how I did her makeup next. So if you're interested, please subscribe, guys. If you have not subscribed, give us a thumbs up, comment, share this video, and we'll see you in the next one. I love her hair. Bye.